Hello folks, welcome to Lester's Custom Truck Shop. Dean H in Alabama. This is your Magnum 1. I kind of like this radio. I like some aspects of it and some aspects I don't. I can tell you that it is a good radio. Some of the things that I like about it is that you got knobs for controls. You got knobs to change the band. You got knobs to change the mode. Okay, you can turn the noise blanker on and off with a button. You know, clarifier works a lot like the 2950, the RCI 2950. Only you press this button in to do the shift. Each time you press it in, it changes digits. Okay, I like to leave it right there for a clarifier. RF gain, RF power is right here on the front. Your echo is right there, and of course volume and squelch. Okay, talk back is a push button. Turn it on, turn it off. When it's on, you can adjust the volume with this knob. Let's see, what else? Well, I guess the most important thing, what you guys mostly want to know, is the conversion for these. See that little group of resistors and jumper pads? You notice I have the jumper pad all the way over on the right, connected together. And you see in that little marked area, 5K, 10K, 33K, you see that the resistors are missing from 5K and 33K. Okay, it comes with the resistors in place for there and there. Okay, those two resistors are in place. What I did was remove the 33K resistor and put it over here. Alright, what that does is put us in band mode 3. Okay, band mode 3 means each band is 40 channels all the way up to the last band. The last band then is continuous tuning, all the way up to 29,995, I believe it is. Starts at like 24.5 and goes up to 29,995 in the last band. But the other bands, what is it, A through E, they start at 26,065 and then 515, 965, 415, and 865, just like it does on most other radios. Okay, but that's what you do. You take this resistor and put it here, and then connect that jumper. Now, another way to do it is leave that resistor in the store pad there. That's what that is. These three resistors do nothing. They're there for you to use. If you leave that resistor there and just take a 33K ohm, 1/8 watt resistor, go from this pad to the ground, this side, this side of the jumper pads. A 33K from there to ground will do the same thing, and you don't have to fool with these tiny little parts. Okay, one thing I do like about it is the TCXO. Now this is I know, sorry Magnum, you're not going to like me telling this, but this is a Maxlog 8800 version 9. See, was created or drafted in March 20th 2015. That's the finalization of the PC board. But it looks like they still need to do a few things, because they had to come over here and add a cap and a diode. Okay, so they need to, there's still some things that they need to take care of, but all the pots are labeled. There's AM modulation, the AM mod limiter, SSB power, you know, they're labeled. FM modulation, which you really don't need to touch FM modulation. And this radio has a pretty good FM receiver in it, by the way. But it is very, very accurate, and it doesn't drift. So TCXO is the way to go. Okay, I do see a 1000 microfarad cap on the input. I'll probably change that out to a 3300. Same thing over here. Well, let's see. Is that for the voltage regulator? I'll have to check that. I think that's for the voltage regulator. There's your voltage regulator right there. So it could be one of these over here close to the voltage regulator. I'll have to follow the tracks on the bottom of the board and see. But overall, I like the radio. The performance is great. Now, I've been reading, and I was told that this thing has the ERF 2030s in it. Well, it doesn't. This particular one has the IRF 520s. Let's see if I can get a clear picture of that. I don't know if you can see that or not. My camera has a really small screen for me to see. There you go, you can see that. And you see who makes it? I and the little diode symbol R. See that? But it's an IRF 520N, is in November. This one does not have the ERF 2030s in it. Which, you know, really and truly is a good thing, because they don't make as much power as the IRFs. So what would be even better would be if it had the 13N10s in it. But it doesn't. But let me show you something. Okay, I'm on the 100 watt scale, the time 1 scale. I got a 100 watt lug there and a 100 watt slug there. Meter on the left is RMS, the meter on the right is peak. I'm on the 100 watt scale, so we're reading on the bottom of each meter. Hello, audio, audio. Almost 70 watts peak. I'm on lower sideband. Hello, audio, audio. See that thing go over 40 watts RMS? Tell you, they've got it set up really well. One, two, three, four, five, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Audio test, test audio. There's only one thing that Magnum did that I really don't like, and that's they put this damn 6-pin mic connector in here. And every aftermarket microphone you buy has a 4-pin on it, which means you'll be making a lot of money putting new connectors on there. I haven't checked the accessory box yet. This is out of a Bearcat 980. It's the adapter to go from the 6-pin to the 4-pin. But other than that, I like the radio, and it's surface mount. Most of the parts are on the top. You can see there's nothing on the bottom. Okay. Now these jumper pads here, I don't know what they do yet. This one back here and this one up here, I'm not sure what they do. I got a pretty good idea. We'll find out sooner or later. But overall, I like the radio. Now Magnum come out with a smaller version, something to compete with the Unity 980, and you'll take the market. Because I hate the Unity 980. Bearcat 980, sorry. The Bearcat 980. Piece of junk. It's surface mount, but something else I like about this, see how thick these side panels are? And they're steel. And the reason I know that, see that little spot of rust right there? They're screwed on to the aluminum rear panel. You got a nice heat sink there for the 3 finals. The driver and 2 finals. Excuse me, somebody corrected me the other day. That's not, you ain't got 3 finals, you got a driver and 2 finals. I usually say that. I usually say dual finals. Okay, a driver and dual finals, but every now and then I'll slip up and say 3 finals. But you're right, it's a driver and 2 finals. Okay, and they're all 3 MOSFETs, IRF 520s. Another thing I like is the driver is heat sinked to the side, just like the finals are. Okay, and this side is nice thick steel. It's not that thin stuff like you see on a lot of the Ranger radios. Something else that I don't like, see these tiny little screw holes for the mounting screws? I think you guys could have done a little better than that. And if you're talking on AM, this is a TIP 54, I believe. It's a TIP 54. Let's get the flashlight again so we can see that. Damn, can y'all read that? I can't read that. Made by ST. Okay, TIP 36 Charlie, looks like. Get the camera around here so maybe y'all can see it. I think it's a TIP 36 Charlie, but I'm not absolutely positive, but that's what it looks like to me. Okay, and they did use the TDA 2003 audio amplifier, and that is an outstanding thing that they've started putting in radios. This is a 10-watt audio amp, okay? A lot of auto stereos use this little amplifier, and not only did they do that, look at that right there, 7808, off-the-shelf part you can buy anywhere. Okay, but they put the 10-watt amplifier in there, and they gave you a 10-watt speaker. Look at that. What is that? Polycarbonate? Is that what they call that element? It's not paper. I guess that's a 10-watt. It may not be a 10-watt. The magnet looks kind of small, but it sounds a whole lot better than the paper ones. It's about the same size as the paper ones, but it is that clear, I think it's called polycarbonate element. Anyway, I know some of you will correct me if that ain't right. and the case is powder coated inside and out on both the top and the bottom. Okay, so a lot of nice things about the radio. Alrighty. What else can I show you here? I think I covered just about everything. The big thing was the frequency mod there. And let me point that out to you one more time. See these guys right here? It comes with that resistor already installed. Okay. And this one here in the I guess you'd call it a little storage pad area. Anyway, you take this resistor, move him over here, and connect this jumper. Okay? Now, the alternative is connect a 33K resistor from here to this side of the pad. Okay? So you don't have to fool with those tiny little things if you don't want to or can't. That's it. That's all you got to do to it. It looks like there's a space for an extra filter right here for AM and FM, so you can narrow the bandwidth, cut down on bleed over. I'll have to look at the schematics for this when I get them. Just figure some things out, but overall I like the radio. Good job, Magnum. Like I said, come out with one of those small ones and compete against the Bearcat 980. The temperature controlled crystal oscillator, there's two of them. There's one in here and one in here. Tell you what, hang on a second. Let me pop the covers off of these things and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. See this little gizmo right here? And right here. Temperature compensated or temperature controlled crystal oscillators. That's the one, that's the 10.24 right there, which is your division frequency for the PLL. This one is your mixer frequency. Okay, there they are. There's actually two of them. They're inside these shielded areas. I think it's called temperature compensated crystal oscillator, because it doesn't maintain power on it once you switch the radio off. There's no power on there. Alright, and let's see, everything else is pretty much status quo. I like the diodes, the half-wave rectifier diodes in there to protect the radio. And I can't tell if it has shotkeys or not. I can't read the let me find out where they're at again. I looked at them earlier. I couldn't tell if they were shotkeys or if they were just regular diodes, but I believe they were shotkeys for the receiver. I'm looking at them right now, but I can't read that number. Can you read that number? I'm pretty sure you can't. But anyway, we'll find out once we get a hold of some service information. Okay. But anyway, that's the inside of the Magnum 1. Alright, Dean, I'm through tuning it up. I'll be putting the covers back on it, on the crystal areas here in just a second. Another thing that I wish Magnum would do is get the MaxLog people to move the SRF meter to this side and put the frequency on the other side. That's the way I'm used to seeing it, with the SRF meter on the left and the channel or frequency on the right. I would sure like for this one to be that way, and give us a choice of colors for the display. Yeah, the orange is easy to see, but like a green, a pure green would be nice too. Okay. I'm going to put the shields back on there, put the covers back on it, and box it up. Dean, I sure hope you enjoy your new Magnum radio. It was my pleasure to set it up for you. 73s, everybody.